Welcome to another episode of Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Poonam Kumar. Today we'll be talking about volunteer opportunities in the city with Amanda Anderson, Service in the City Coordinator for Salt Lake City. We'll also talk about the city's Clear the Air Challenge, then wrap up with our History Minute. But first, here's what happened in the city the last few weeks. The Hive Pass contest is over, and Councilman Luke Garrett from District 4 sold the most Hive Passes to his constituents over the course of the Mayor's Challenge. Residents of District 4 were treated to a bees game. Don't forget, the Hive Passes are still on sale. Find out where you can get yours today by visiting ridewithhive.com. Every year, Salt Lake City challenges its residents to reduce their carbon emissions to help with our air quality. This year, the Clear the Air Challenge kicked off at the press conference on July 1st. It's not too late to register for the friendly competition. Commit to reducing your carbon footprint and track your numbers by visiting cleartheairchallenge.org. Liberty Park was once again the site of the annual British Field Day gathering. British car and motorcycle enthusiasts from around the state gathered to show off their restoration and show cars. Salt Lake City has a rich history of volunteering. Over the last few years, the city has seen more and more residents choose to spend their spare time doing service projects and devoting their time to a cause bigger than themselves. Service in the City connects volunteers with meaningful community-strengthening projects that help solve city problems. Let's go visit with Amanda Anderson, Volunteer Coordinator for Salt Lake City, who will tell us more. Amanda, thanks so much for meeting me here today. So tell me, where are we?
We're at the Greater Avenues Water Conservation Garden, which is one of the fabulous locations that volunteers can participate in events this summer. And especially any garden stewards who are interested in getting involved and learning more about Utah native water-wise plants. This is a wonderful place to volunteer. Lots of great knowledge to be had and a beautiful location, as you can see.
Tell me about Service in the City.
Service in the City is a volunteer program for Salt Lake City government. So I work with a variety of different Salt Lake City government departments, and any volunteer projects that they have for the community, I work on coordinating those. So whether that's taking care of the Jordan River Parkway Trail, working at this fabulous garden, or helping out with the SLC Green Fruit Share program, all of these are options for our citizen volunteers.
And so it sounds like volunteers, there's opportunities throughout the city and throughout all seasons, right? So where does one go about getting information on how to participate or learn more about programs?
That's a great question. They should absolutely check out our volunteer website first. So it's www.slcgov.com/volunteer, or they can just Google Service in the City and they'll find our page. On our website, we have all of the different volunteer opportunities listed. So I'd encourage people to take a look, find out what speaks to them most, and then contact me. So they can either email me at amanda.anderson@slcgov.com, okay, or give me a call at 535-6202.
Amanda, thank you so much for joining me today to tell me about some of these great programs and services.
Well, thanks so much for having me on, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you at future volunteer events.
Yes, for sure. In the spirit of keeping the air clean, we have a short message produced by SLC TV.
Idling cars, belching tailpipes, accomplishing nothing, and killing you slowly.
Hi, I'm Herbert K. Masters, attorney at law. I'm glad you're here. Do you suffer from coughing fits, chest congestion, shortness of breath, respiratory distress, respiratory disease, respiratory inconvenience of any kind, upper respiratory infection, lower respiratory infection, or mid-sagittal respiratory infection, asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, incidental obstructive pulmonary disorder, hay fever, sudden bouts of hay fever lasting more than 4 hours, sudden acute onset of hay fever that lasts less than 4 hours, sinus infections, postnasal drip, feeling like you're sucking on a tailpipe, increased exposure to deadly solar radiation due to ozone depletion, mild congestion, medium congestion, congestion caliente, itchy watery eyes, runny nose, headache, or death. If you answered yes to any of these, you might be entitled to a hefty cash settlement
You may not be entitled to a hefty cash settlement due to the onset of any or all the actual or fictional smog-related illnesses listed here. The opinions expressed by Herbert K. Master, Legal Jaguar, do not reflect those of Salt Lake City, the mayor, city council, its employees, or its management. We do, however, encourage you to do your part to clean the air in our fair city. Turn your key and be idle-free. It's the law.
Giant clouds of poisonous gas have lawyers working hard on their side, and so should you. For more information, simply visit the website at the bottom of your screen. And remember, keep it idle-free. That's IDLEFREE.
And now it's time for our History Minute.
In 1865, a lawyer named Robert Newton Baskin was traveling to California when he made a stop in Salt Lake City. After touring the nearby gold and silver mines, he decided this was the place for him to settle. He opened a law office and worked in the city peacefully until he was retained by Dr. John King Robinson for representation. Dr. Robinson had been in the process of building a public hospital when police tore it down and advised him not to resume. The lawsuit ended when unknown assailants assassinated Dr. Robinson on the street. According to the Salt Lake Tribune, Baskin took a solemn oath over the bier of his dead friend that the remainder of his life should be dedicated to the purpose of bringing his murderers to justice. While those killers were never identified, Baskin did dedicate his life to public service and benefit of Salt Lake City, where he served as mayor for 2 terms. He also served in the Utah legislature. Through these positions, Baskin helped preside over the construction of the city and county building, championed public education and civil rights, and helped abolish the practice of polygamy in order to help Utah gain statehood. Eventually, Baskin was elected the Chief Justice of the Utah Supreme Court. This great Utahn died in 1918, and for almost 100 years rested in an unmarked grave at Mount Olivet Cemetery. In May 2014, a local citizen group finally placed a marker on Baskin's grave.
That's it for this edition of Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. Be sure to tune in next time to keep up to date on what's happening in the city. For Salt Lake City TV, I'm Poonam Kumar.